welcome to my channel. So my name is Kiana and this is my very first video for my channel. So hopefully this video goes good. I can't tell you how many times I'm gonna restart this intro. It's probably like my 10th time already. But I just thought that my first video would be about my natural hair journey, since the direction I kind of want to go with this channel is strictly about my hair, but at the same time I do want to do other stuff outside of hair. Anything that you guys would want to see or anything else that I find interesting that I would want to share with you guys, because I don't want to be just strictly hair, but for the most part that's what this is going to be about. So with my hair, I have came a long way. For the ones that have known me for a while, you know, my hair has been through it. It has really been through it. So like throughout this whole video, I'm just gonna show pictures from like starting in high school, from where it all started at. I'm gonna show pictures from high school up until now. This has been building up from my journey. I've been, I guess, natural in a way for about going on 3 years now. It's been 3 years since I've straightened my hair. So I guess you could say I've been going on for about 3 years now. Just like not dyeing my hair, not straightening my hair, just taking care of it to get healthy like this. So yeah, it's been about 3 years now. But like again, I've pretty much been natural my whole life. So when I was younger, I remember my mom, she always used to keep my hair braided, like in little plaits. So it would like be like braids or like twists. And she'd put like those little bow barrettes on the end of them. I know y'all know which ones I'm talking about, because we probably all had the same barrettes in. You know, they hurt whenever they hit you in the eye. Yeah, those barrettes. So for as long as I can remember, I always had my hair like that, for the most part. And then getting like into, I want to say it was like junior high, I kind of just fell in love with the way my hair looked straight. So I would always make my mom straighten my hair, because then I did not know how to do my hair. The days that I did wear it curly, I would just wear it in a ponytail, because for some reason I just didn't really like my hair curly. Like I liked it, but I liked it more straight. And so I think it was in 7th grade, I literally went that whole school year with my hair straight every single day. There was one day that I had my hair curly and it was in a ponytail. The next day I came back with my hair straight. But yeah, that whole year I went with my hair straight. And then following that 8th grade, there was just like times where I would go curly, but for the most part it was straight again. And the same thing carrying on into high school. I would just start straightening my hair a lot and going curly some days. And then I kind of started wearing off on it with straightening my hair. I kind of only would straighten my hair for like, I guess like occasions. So like, because I was a cheerleader in high school, so anytime we had games or like a pep rally or something like that, like a school dance or anything like that, I would straighten my hair. And then I would go curly for like some football games. Like if it was an away game and we didn't have a pep rally, I would go with my hair curly. But for the most part, it was still pretty straight. Senior year, I just got lazy with it. I just didn't care. I got really lazy with my hair, so I would just, I know in those mornings I would stick my head in the shower and like just brush it out and put like some leave-in conditioner in it, and then just go about my day. But then by the end of that school day, my hair would be up in a bun or in a ponytail or something. So I didn't really like style my hair. But my freshman year in high school, or no, not freshman year, it was my sophomore year in high school, was the first time I ever dyed my hair. I always wanted to dye my hair, but my mom just wouldn't let me. And then out of the blue one day, she was like, "Do you want to dye your hair?" And I was like, yeah. And so we went with it. So this picture here, I'm just gonna put like a collage of like all the colors I had throughout high school. But sophomore year, this isn't really a good picture. It's the only picture I could find. So by the way, if you see me looking off to the side, I'm looking at my laptop because I have my pictures right here, so I know what I'm talking about. But this is the only picture I could really find that could kind of show like the color that I had, even though there's a filter over it. But you can kind of see like the difference. I have my natural hair and then that blonde. But it was supposed to be like a blonde ombre. It was okay. My mom did it, and in the process of doing it, she was about to do my whole head until halfway. She was like, "Oh wait, it's supposed to be like half of your hair, not the whole, not the whole thing." So if I would have like lifted my hair, put it in a ponytail, the whole back of my head was blonde, and then like on top, you could see it was like halfway, but it was, still wasn't bad. But I did that. And then I chopped my hair off because I was like, this blonde, I was like, I do not like this. My hair kind of was looking kind of dead. But I was like, yeah, it's like, I'm ready to just chop it off. I'm like, I don't like it. Cut my hair like shoulder length. It was the worst thing. After that, like, I never cut my hair short again. I was like, I cannot. My hair was like cut shoulder length in a bob. And I was like, no, short hair is not for me. And then my junior year, I must have been going through like a crisis or something. I don't know what convinced me to do this, but I dyed my hair black. Don't know why. That was the worst color I have ever done, and it was so hard to get out. I know after that, it was like after a couple months, I was like, why did I ever do black? Because like, I'm tired of it. So I tried dyeing my hair brown. Of course, that didn't work because it didn't pick up because my hair was so dark. And then I tried to do red on top of it. It kind of picked up, but you could only see it like when light hit it. And so I kind of went just my whole junior year in high school, just growing my hair out and just letting my natural color come through. And then that summer, like right before starting senior year, I dyed my hair red. So this picture was another one that I could really only find, like it was like fresh, like when I just freshly dyed it red. But you can kind of see like the color it was. It was a lot brighter in person, especially when I first got it done. Like that first week, my hair was like, it looked pink. And so I went through with light hair. I think that's when I first bleached my hair. I'm not sure, but we had to lighten my hair and then put that color on top of it. So that's how my hair looked red. And then throughout the school year, it just kind of faded into like a red orange. It was really cute to me. I would dye my hair that color again, but the end of my senior year for prom, I dyed my hair again. I did blonde. I did blonde highlights. In this picture, and these next two pictures, you can kind of see how the blonde looked. When it was curly, it looked more like highlights, but when it was straight, like in these two pictures, it just looked like my whole head was blonde. But I strictly did that color for prom. It was kind of like an orangey blonde in a way. But yeah, I was like, I did that. And then right after graduating high school, this is what did it for me. I went straight blonde. I was like, you know what? Why not? Straight blonde. Bleached my hair, went straight blonde. I loved the color. I would do it again if it didn't damage my hair. But the first go around, it was great. My hair was still pretty healthy. Curly and had very loose curls. But for the most part, it looked really good. And then I went to get my roots touched up. That was a mistake. I shouldn't have got my roots touched up. I ended up dyeing my whole head again, more bleach. And my hair, that pretty much killed my hair that second time around. That just pretty much did it for me. And I was just like, the fact that it like takes so much to keep up with blonde hair, especially because my roots were so dark and my hair grew really fast. I was like, I can't keep up with it, especially with just so expensive to do. I was like, I can't keep up with it, especially like my hairstylist was like in my hometown, and I was like going to college at that time, so it's like I'm not gonna be going back and forth all the time just to get my hair done. Okay, so these next few pictures that you're gonna see of me blonde, like fully blonde, this picture here, this is when I decided to like grow my hair out and just not dye it again. But you can see my curls, they weren't really there, and it was very frizzy and stringy, and it just wasn't cute at all. And same thing with this next picture. I don't know what was going on with my hair then, but it was terrible. And the same thing here. stringy. My hair just reminded me of hay and like spaghetti noodles. I don't know, but it was just terrible. My hair was really dry. Like my ends were really dry, as you can probably tell. Like there was just no life to it. And then this picture, you can see my roots are growing out and how like stringy my hair really was. Like there was no volume to it at all. But this picture is like, I think like a month before this picture, that's when I decided to not straighten my hair at all. So this was going on like a month without straightening my hair, and I had made the decision not to straighten my hair ever. Now I'm gonna say ever again, because I do get tempted. Like I want to straighten my hair, but I kind of just want to let it grow out some more. And like I'm scared to straighten my hair, because I'm like, oh my god, if I straighten my hair one time, then I'm just gonna go back to what this looks like, which I'm pretty sure wouldn't happen. But that's what I'm just scared of. But a couple months after this picture, I decided to dye my hair back brown to try to get back to my natural color. So I was like, I'm tired of my hair being yellow. I was like, I'm just gonna go back to my natural color and just let it go from there. Just let it keep growing out. So this here is what you see. I don't know how my hair got so short. I don't think I got a haircut. I probably did. I don't know. I don't remember. All I remember was getting it dyed. But I mean, I probably did end up getting a haircut. I just don't remember. This was in 2017. So I dyed my hair back brown, and you can kind of see like how short my hair was. And like there was like barely any curl pattern at all. But yeah, from there it was just a waiting game. It was like I hated my hair at this stage. Just like I couldn't do anything with it. Like for the most part, I kept my hair like in buns and ponytails. I tried doing some protective styles like twist, like braid outs and stuff like that. So I could kind of say like that's what kind of helped me from straightening my hair and stuff. So I would do twist outs and braid outs. Of course, they wouldn't look the best, but it gave me somewhat of a curl pattern. So I did that sometimes when I wasn't feeling lazy. That's what I did with my hair. But then other than that, I would just keep it up in a bun or in a ponytail, or I'll just not even put product in my hair and just let it be, you know. So this picture here was just a few months after dyeing my hair back brown. And as you can see, my hair grew a little longer. I'm starting to get a little bit of curl pattern, as you can see, but not, I wouldn't say there wasn't really much of a change, but as you can see, and in this next picture, I spoke it into existence and how my hair was gonna look different. So this was my hair at the end of 2017, which was the year that I started. So you can kind of see, like, if you like rewind it back or whatever, from you can see like where I started at, and then to this, like by the end of the year, like my hair kind of made a lot of progress. But then you can kind of see that brown did not stick. My blonde hair just came through as like the hair, like my hair faded. So I ended up being a blonde again. And then this next picture, if I'm not mistaken, this was like exactly like about a year's difference from when I first started and then a year. As you can see, I got a lot more definition, a lot more curls. My hair got longer. And so this just what really helped me get to this point. I did a lot of research on YouTube, so I was just looking up a lot of curly hair videos, like how to get fix damaged hair. And at that time there wasn't really any videos out there like to tell me like how to get my hair back curly. But all I would see like how to fix damaged curl, like all the videos I saw were just doing big chops. Just big chop after big chop after big chop. And I was like, I cannot be the one to like chop my hair off like that. I was like, I would never do that. Like I just didn't have it in me to do that. Like if you did that to bring your curls back to life, props to you, because I couldn't. And I'm kind of glad that I didn't. But I went through that ugly stage with my hair and I got through it. but I just know that I couldn't do a big shop. And then I came across a couple videos on like transitioning your hair. And so that's what I did. I just transitioned. So I started deep conditioning my hair every week. It was at least once a week. That's when I would do that. And then I wasn't straightening my hair at all. And then I started using better products. I wasn't like too familiar with the ingredients at this time. I knew like I couldn't use silicone, I couldn't use sulfates for the most part. I knew I couldn't use that in any products. I was kind of like cautious with the products I chose to put in my hair, but for the most part, deep condition is what got me to what you see here. But along with deep conditioning, when it comes to transitioning, what I did, I just let my hair grow, and then like every month or every other month, I would just go and cut off those stringy pieces myself. In between the times that I wasn't going to get a haircut, I would just cut my hair on my own. And like I would just pick out a piece like this and like, stringy, cut it off. That's what I did like around my whole head. And then like I just got scissor happy. And I was just like, oh my gosh, there's one more piece. Oh my God, one more piece. And I just kept going and going. But for the most part, that's what I did to bring my curls back. Deep conditioning and cutting off those stringy pieces. I wouldn't say you really have to go and get a haircut, because I mean, you can do it on your own. Just cutting off, because you can kind of like, you'll see it's like a little ringlet and then it's just straight. Like, just go ahead and cut those pieces off. Like length, you're gonna get your length back, but it just looks really bad. So if you're thinking about it, to cut your own hair, just cut off those stringy pieces right now. This is your sign. Cut the stringy pieces off. You're welcome. You'll thank me later. So another thing that I did besides just deep conditioning, like I said before, I did protective styles. So I did twist outs and braid outs. If you look up on YouTube, I'm sure you'll find a video on how to do that. You can do like me. I just did it the night before and then took it down like that next morning or sometime during the day and just let it be for the week. Or you can keep like your twist out or braid out in for like a couple days and then take it out and see how you like it. But other than that, you can do braids. So I did twist and box braids. So this picture here is like my first time I ever did twist, and I really liked them. And I just kept doing them. This is like after a couple of months or so, I would do my hair, keep it up for about, it wouldn't be long at all. Like the longest I went was a month, but at least like 2 weeks, I would keep my hair like that, take it down, go a couple months, and then do it again. So that's another thing that kind of helped my hair. So here it was like I had twist and twist again. These were crocheted, and then I did box braids, and then this was the most recent one. So this was last summer. Yeah, so this was last summer, and this is when my first time doing passion twist. And this was like by far my most favorite protective style that I ever did. So if I can, this is like, if I do decide to like twist my hair again or whatever, then this is what I'm gonna do. Passion twist has become my favorite. But yeah, so for the most part, you can do, if you don't want to go through that stage, like not knowing what to do with your hair and you just don't like how your hair looks, go for these protective styles. Like you can keep them up for like at least a month, see how long you can go, and the more that you do it, the better, because it'll keep you from wanting to straighten your hair. Probably it'll keep you from cutting your hair too much. But like once you take these down and like you see how much your hair has grown, you're gonna want to cut those stringy ends off as you see how much like your hair has grown. So that's what I kind of liked about this process, is I kind of got to experiment with my hair more, outside of just wash and goes. These protective styles are great while you're transitioning and even after like your hair is back fully healthy. It's just like a good way to give your hair a break. So another thing to keep in mind whenever you are transitioning or whenever your hair is back healthy and it's all good, the number one thing that you want to do besides deep conditioning weekly is watching what ingredients that you're putting in your hair. So I know you don't want any silicones, you don't want any sulfates, parabens, anything like that. So you really just have to watch, like whenever you're going to get more styling products, you just have to really take a look and read through the ingredients. That's what I kind of learned how to do. Like now, I won't just go pick up and buy anything. Like I'll actually sit there and read through the ingredients. I don't know every ingredient that's like not supposed to be in your products, but I kind of know just to like skim through and just figure out like, okay, that doesn't sound like it's supposed to be in there. I know things with like silicone, like if you read through the ingredients, it won't just strictly say silicone. I know there's an ingredient that's called dimethicone. You don't want that in your products either. Really anything in cone or anything like sulfate, like you don't want those things in your products. But I'm sure like if you do your research, you'll find out like all the ingredients that you don't want in your products. So that's another number one thing that you want to keep in mind when picking out your styling products. I kind of learned that like along my journey. So like in this picture here, I can't remember exactly like what products I was using at the time because I was going through just so many, just trying to experiment with different products. But I think this was like a month difference in my hair. By using one product, and then I switched because it had something else had better ingredients in it, and you can see the difference that it did in my hair. Like of course my hair grew and got longer, but you can see that my hair looked a lot curlier, especially my ends. That's another thing that really helped me was finding those products that had those good ingredients in it, so you can see for yourself. This is the progress that I made in just a month. And then again here in this picture, I'm not sure the time frame on this one, but you can see this was kind of like at the beginning of my natural hair journey. It's probably like a year in or so. I'm not sure, but you can see the difference of how short my hair and how my curls looked. And then this picture, this probably had to be at least a year after, but you see how longer my hair got, how much bigger it got, and how many, like my curl definition, you can see it, like the difference in it. So just remember, like deep conditioning weekly really helps, and then paying attention to those ingredients in your products. Not just shampoo and conditioner, but like your styling creams and your gels, your oils, anything that you put into your hair, you want to make sure that those ingredients aren't in them, and that everything in there is pretty much natural, or it's just pretty much good for your hair. Okay, so these next few pictures that you're gonna see, this is like coming to the end of my journey. It's not really the end because I still am like on that natural hair journey, but these pictures, we're just catching up in time. So like these next few pictures were from the end of 2019. So this picture here, you can see how much my hair has grown. It's like, you can see like the difference like in my natural hair color and that blonde. But at this point, like I was just so ready to cut like all that blonde off. I was like literally like counting down the days, like okay, I can cut off this much next time I go get my hair cut, and I can cut off this much the next time I go. Like I was just looking for the day that I was able to just cut it all off. But I think I want to say I went and got a haircut at this time, but I'm not sure. You can see how much better like my curls looked by the end of last year. You see how much definition they have, but like that blonde, I just didn't really like how they made my curls look. As you can see, they kind of look frizzy. At least to me, they look really frizzy and dry. So that's the main reason why I wanted to get rid of the blonde. It was like my hair was healthy, but that blonde, it just didn't look right to me. My hair, my hair just looked really frizzy, and like my ends just looked bad to me. So I was like, I just want to cut this all off. Like if my hair wasn't so long, like I would have just cut it all off myself. But at this point, there's really nothing I could have done like to cut my hair on my own, because I'm pretty sure I would have messed it up. But this next picture, this is the end of 2019 again, and you can see like how much blonde I really had left like in the front. That's how much like you can see that I needed to cut off. And then the beginning of this year, this is in January, I cut it all off for the most part, I cut it all off. This is the very last time that I cut my hair. So this was January 2020, the beginning of this year. That was the last time that I cut my hair. And I still had a pretty good length, even though like if you were there and you saw how much hair got cut off, like I was sitting in that chair about to pass out because I was like, oh my God, it was like, this is so much hair getting cut off. I was like, my hair is gonna be so short. I was like, this is not good. But you can see here how my hair, it was just kind of like shoulder length again, but a lot more curlier, a lot more definition, and like it just looked so good. You see, I still had a little bit of blonde to get off. But that was in January, and now here we are in September. Yeah, here we are in September, and this is how much my hair has grown since that picture. Like you see, I still have some blonde, but it's not as bright, of course, because like it has faded. But as you see, my hair has grown a lot since that time. But sometimes I think about like I want to cut the rest of this off, but then again I kind of like it. It's kind of like I kind of like my ends being like that, but then again I'm like I just want to cut it off so it can just be all my natural hair color. It's been so long since I've seen like my whole head to my natural hair color, but I kind of like the way it looks. But still, maybe one day I will cut it all off, and then I might dye it again. Okay, so that kind of concludes the end of today's video. Are there any other videos that y'all want to see me do? You can just leave a comment and just let me know, or you can follow me on my social medias. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, or Snapchat. You can DM me, snap me, or whatever on there, and just let me know whatever you want to see. I do have some videos in mind that I want to do, like product reviews and stuff, like trying new products for like a wash day, trying new styling products and stuff like that. If there is anything else that you guys would want to see outside of hair, just let me know and I will try to fulfill your wishes. But I hope this video was kind of informative for you guys. If you're thinking about doing a big chop or transitioning, or whether like you don't know if you want to stop straightening your hair, or you don't know how to like start your journey, like I hope this helped you out. And if you're trying to decide on whether or not you should stop straightening your hair for a while, or like limiting yourself, this is your sign. Again, stop straightening your hair. Or if you straighten your hair a lot, just cut it down to like 3 times a year, 2 times a year, 1 time a year. At least do that. But at least for the most part, start deep conditioning your hair weekly, because that'll really help you out, and then watching the ingredients in your products. But yeah, once again, this is just gonna conclude the end of this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you on my next video.